What? Did women in travel thrive? Just put a brain doctor up here in the lineup? What? Did someone tell on you? Yeah. You think you lost your mind? Busted. That's not really coffee in that cup, and it's only 1:27 p.m. I got you, sisters. Hello, everybody. I'm Dr. Romie Mushtaq, or as they know me at Evolution Hospitality, where I serve as Chief Wellness Officer, your homie, Dr. Romie. I bring my worlds together of neurology, integrative medicine, and mindfulness. And I'm the founder of the brainSHIFT at Work program. I want to take a moment and pause and say Happy International Women's Day. As a physician, I want to have a moment of Romie real talk with you all. According to US statistics, I shouldn't be sitting here in my own office on this camera with you all right now. I am a daughter of immigrants. English is my second language. I grew up in that Aquanet era where girls weren't allowed to have ambition, let alone want to pursue a career in STEM. Forget science, technology, engineering, math, or medicine. My teachers just wanted to be like, oh, honey, why would you want to take honors chemistry? Why don't you go on to home economic class and learn how to make pancakes from scratch? But no, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to learn the periodic table of elements. I didn't know what use it would be to learn how to set a table. God forbid we were ever women with ambition. And you fast forward to now to 2021, and it's as if someone turned the clock backward, minus the Aquanet hairspray. Instead, today, this is take 37. Take 36 was perfect, except I forgot the root touch-up spray, right? But no judgment. If you're sitting at home and your roots are showing and shining out like mine, it's your chance to sparkle, sister. And I'm here to remind you that even though we've been set back to the Aquanet era, and what do I mean by that? Well, I don't need to tell you, both in healthcare and at hospitality, 78% of the frontline workers are women. So women are more likely to get sick from COVID-19 or to lose their jobs. And if you still have a job, we're more likely to take a salary cut. I'm here today because I want women in travel to thrive. But let's talk about what it takes to get from a place of a brain drain to standing in your brain power as a woman. Now, what do I mean by brain drain? Do you miss your personality in the morning before you have at least a cup of coffee, and you're telling me it's a cup of coffee, but I really know it was a few energy drinks? No judgment, right? And you're getting along with your day and you're on multiple screens, and your to-do list and email inbox and messengers are flashing faster than you can even take care of one task. You can't focus, so you have some more coffee, and now there's this low level anxiousness happening. And if you're like any of the other collective sisterhood and hospitality, you may be dealing with children that are being virtually schooled, you're working at the front lines, or you're worried about caring for elderly relatives. I hear you. I see you, sister, and I believe in your ability to thrive. So you finally make it to the end of what seems like the end of your workday, but it's all blending into one, and you can't shut it down. So you're like, let me have that glass of wine. That sounds really good, or a mixed cocktail to take the edge off of the day. But the minute you hit your pillow, you are tired and wired, and you know how important sleep is, but you can't shut off the marathon running in your brain. So you pick up your phone and you're like, let me just scroll and troll. And oh, no, is that my ex with the new lover in the middle of the pandemic? Who is that woman? Who is that man? And you start trolling, and 90 minutes later, you're looking at your ex lover's new partner's hairdresser's Instagram feed, wondering, what is wrong with me? Well, sister, I need you to know that your brain is not broken, your mind is not a mess, and your spirit has not left your soul. I'm here to tell you that you are whole and there is a way to thrive. Join me on the Brain Shift at Work journey. This is my gift to all of my sisters in hospitality. I will, at the end of this, put up a screen. I want you to assess and not just guess your stress levels. After having done now over 150 virtual presentations, we started to take stress tests of thousands of people that were joining our workshops virtually. And there was something that I found that 90% of people's stress levels were so high in what I call a brain strain, that the stress is causing mental, physical symptoms, and maybe even causing your hormones to be out of whack, let alone on a path to burnout. Now, I'm not sitting here as a holier than thou, triple board certified physician. I'm sitting here because 10 years ago, I was in that place. My brain had been hijacked by stress. I was living with a busy brain, wearing stress as a badge of honor, thinking just power through. I made it into the world of neurology at a time where less than 5% of brain doctors in the United States were women. And as a woman of color, I knew keep my head down, keep your heels high, and stay laser focused. But the truth of the matter was, I was struggling to calm anxiousness during the day, feeling like a failure, that nothing ever got done, only to try to put my head down to the pillow, but I couldn't shut off the worry of the next day. These are the symptoms of a busy brain. I tried to power through, medicating with chocolate and wine. And if you've seen my TED Talk, you know the rest of the story. I started to have chest pain. I couldn't breathe. I was waking up in the middle of the night, choking on my own saliva. It turned out I didn't have that basic level acid reflux disease that the doctors initially thought I had. I have a rare medical disorder known as achalasia. And by the time it was diagnosed, there were precancerous lesions, and I underwent life-saving surgery 10 years ago. It was at that time that I found my path to integrative, holistic medicine, mindfulness. All the meanwhile, my colleagues in the Academy of Neurology thought I had lost my mind. But here was the thing. I started to rise above the chaos and understand what it meant like to thrive. And as I traveled around the world, working with mindfulness and integrative medicine healers in East Asia, South America, that aha moment came. This wasn't about me healing. This was, how was I going to take what I knew and take it back to change how we treat brain and mental health? That's when I pursued my degree in integrative medicine. And then I had that aha moment. Like, we are stressing ourselves out, breaking our brains, creating a mess in our minds in the workplace. And if we can tackle it there, well, maybe we won't get sick and end up in the healthcare system. And now, more than ever, on International Women's Day, I'm asking you, my sisters in travel and hospitality, it is time to hit the pause button and take an assessment. Don't guess, assess your stress levels. You can go to drromie.com/test and take a free 4-minute test to see if brain drain is robbing of your sanity, your sleep, and your libido, with personalized suggestions. But this is also that wake-up call that I didn't just find my path to thriving in the middle of chaos by sitting on a meditation mat. That was an important part of it, but it was also tending to my mental health. So if you're in a place where you're feeling overwhelmed, isolated, I'm going to ask you, could you reach out to your employee assistant program at your place of work? And if you're watching this and not working, Google free mental health therapy in your city. I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for a team of therapists. I don't get to do what I do as a physician and a female founder without keeping my own brain in check. And you want the success and the secret to success to thrive in a pandemic? It's knowing that you, yes, your brain deserves boundaries. Stop putting everybody else and everything else first, and then spending mind-numbing time watching Netflix. Okay, well, if it's Bridgerton, then okay, well, maybe we're watching it a second and third time and it's really relaxing. So I hear you. but I'm here to empower you and to say your brain deserves boundaries. Could you give me 3 minutes a day and 30 minutes a night? And if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's the 330 method. You can go to drromie.com/test. We are giving you a part of our BrainSHIFT at Work protocol as my gift to you. drromie.com/test. Take 4 minutes to see, are you standing in your brain power? Do you have a little bit of a brain drain, or are you in a brain strain? If you give me 3 minutes during the day to reset your boundaries during the day, and we're going to end with that meditation, and 30 minutes at night, you can start to stand in your brain power. If you make one thing a priority for your well-being and your success in 2021, as we turn around the travel and the hospitality industry and the pandemic, I'm going to ask you to put your brain and your mental health first. People want to know, what is the secret of success? My success, the success of women that I get to work with, C-suite level executives, Olympic athletes, other female, high-level professionals. It's that they prioritize their own health and well-being above all else. Today, I'm handing you that power, sisters. Stand in your brain power. What do I mean by that? Could you just take 3 minutes a day to step away from all these digital devices, step away from the screens and your phone, and do a sensory reset? What do I mean by that? Well, with all the chaos coming in to the airport traffic control tower of your brain, you need to hit the reset button. In an easiest 3 to 5 minutes, you can start to stand in your brain power again. So join me as I end this segment for you all. I want you to take a moment and take a nice deep breath. And if you're watching this while you're tagging me on Instagram or tweeting at me, put the phones down, close the other browser windows, invite your family members who are watching along with you. Good. Take another deep breath. And as you exhale, straighten out your head and neck above your shoulders. Good. Let's get out of text messaging posture. Beautiful. Take another deep breath. Inhale, hold, and deep exhale out. And as you do that, I want you to look around the room, and what are two things you can see other than your digital devices? For instance, here in my office, I can see my green bamboo plant and I can see my coffee cup. I want you to pay attention to the size and the color and the shape. Take another deep breath. Good. And what are two things you can hear right now other than the sound of my voice? I want you to focus on the volume and the tone. Take another deep breath. Good. What are two things you can touch right now? I want you to notice the temperature, the texture. Good. Take it in and breathe. And now, what are two things you can smell or taste right now? Notice the aroma, the texture in your mouth, and breathe. And as we focus your sight, your sound, your sense of touch and smell and taste, I want you to envision other women you know in the travel and the hospitality industry. Think of another woman in your life who needs to stand in her brain power, and just envision her and what she looks like and her voice. And take a last deep breath for me and repeat after me. I see you. I see you. Breathe. I hear you. I hear you. And take another deep breath. And I believe in you. I believe in you. For I know that we are all women who want to uplift the collective sisterhood in travel and hospitality and all of our industries and in our personal lives. And before you go into fix-it mode, start with your intention that when I stand in my brain power, I can help you stand in your brain power. And it's as simple as being present with another woman and saying these three things: I see you, I hear you, and I believe in you. So, my fellow sisters and women in travel who thrive, happy International Women's Day. From your homie, Dr. Romie, I want you to know that I see you, I hear you, and I believe in you. If you need, take a moment and go to drromie.com/test, and you'll find additional free resources from our BrainSHIFT at Work program there to help you on your journey. If you have any questions, reach out at drromie@social.com. Even if it's just for me to remind you that I see you, I hear you, and I believe in each and every one of you. Happy International Women's Day.